So how do we track that marketing? How do we track it? What kind of strategies you could share with us today?
So, I came from, initially I was in the travel industry. So this is back in the 90s in pretty much the heyday. And back then I learned to track my results. You know, if I sold certain airline tickets, if I sold certain car hires, I would get rewarded. So I would get rewarded with a free ticket or a free holiday or a free tour. Or so I was pretty much trained by industry and being in corporate that, you know, you sell things and you track the results, you actually get rewarded. So when I went into the restaurant industry, so I owned restaurants for quite some time, I use those same strategies of, you know, if we do some marketing, I want to know, where are my customers coming from? Are they coming from a newspaper? Are they coming from, we had supermarket dockets back in those days. This is back in the, probably in the mid 2000s, you know, to probably the last 5 years. So social media has changed the whole marketing scene now. But I had more of that traditional marketing. So, and it's tangible, and we still need those as a restaurant or as a business, is having that combination of digital and traditional, of, you know, that tangible thing of being in a bus stop or being, you know, not everyone's on social media, but a lot of us are as well. So having those results, like I wanted to know, where were my customers coming from? So back when I had the restaurants, I would have a coupon. So it would be a buy one, get one free. And we would actually attach those to a receipt. So I could count them up at the end of the day going, yep, we had 10 people came from the supermarket and 20 people came from the newspaper, and then calculate the sales, put them into a spreadsheet, put them into another spreadsheet. So I could actually have some sort of results. Now, this was quite fraught with human error because we had calculations, things were missed, but I still got a good idea on what my results were. So I knew that the supermarket campaigns at that time brought in about 500 to 600 customers per month, and around about 5,000 to 6,000, which was quite good when our average sale was about $7.50 for a coffee order. So yeah, it was really good because I could track with our loyalty cards. I could do the email newsletters. I did competitions. So I could track all sorts of activities because I had something attached to it. If you have a business that doesn't, so it was a purchase strategy. So I find if you don't have that, you can always ask customers, how do they find you? You know, that's the other alternative, and just keeping a record of that. So
that's
yeah,
right.
That's how I did it before.
And people can always, you know, track their point of sale reports, and then they try to kind of match it with their current advertising. They could also match their online ordering or online bookings reports with their current advertising if there are spikes and things like that. And they know, oh, I'm running this ad, and all of a sudden I got that spike. Like, no brainer. They also
it's much easier to identify it with something. So if you had a dessert offer or a bottle of wine offer, that makes it much easier to match it up as well.
That's right. Even if they come up with like let's say a chef special and not necessarily an offer, but that was pushed and promoted on those platforms, and then they can see, oh wow, this they could promote one special and leave the others like kind of silent, and just promoted in-house. Then they can tell which one had a spike, and they can tell if the advertising has worked for it or not, and then document what worked, what didn't work, so they know what kind of stuff works for you know, in the future. Very cool, very cool. I love that topic.